For extreme pitches and rhythm, I've chosen some exercises that I use when I'm working on very, very challenging pieces that I want to play. This first one is simply playing two musical phrases. These phrases may sound simple, but they will challenge you. The reason is because when we're working with a precision fan, our fingers are moving back and forth, and when we're hitting pitches and rhythms, our pitch hand fingers are also moving back and forth, but sometimes they're moving in concert, that is, forward together or backward together. Other times they're moving in opposition to one another, and this can give you a very strange feeling, like all of your coordination is just being challenged. I want you to have these experiences of that feeling so that you can work through it. So, while we work on these musical phrases, we're also challenging our coordination. Here's what the first phrase sounds like. So how did that seem to you? Fairly simple? Well, for some of you it may be much more challenging than for others, but let's try it. First, I'll break it down very slowly. I'll indicate to you when to play. We'll take turns going through the whole phrase, and then we'll put it together. First time, very slowly. Let's find your opening pitch. And also, make sure to locate that spot on the threshold that's best for you. Here we go. Now you play it. Again. Now you. Now you. Next part of the phrase. Find your pitch. Here we go. Do it again. One more time. Good. Find your pitch for the next part of the phrase. There it is. Your turn. Next part of the phrase. Find the pitch. There it is. Play it. Again. Good. And the last note. Find the pitch. Just hit that once. All right. Let's put it together a little bit more. Find your opening pitch. And very slowly. Your turn. Find your pitch. And do it again. Let's take the next part of the phrase. Your turn. Find the pitch. Your turn. One more time. Find the pitch. Good. And the last note. Now let's go very slowly and put the phrase together in its entirety. Find your pitch. Slowly. You notice that I was a little pitchy there. It gets more difficult as you try to coordinate it. Let's try it again. One more time, then I'd like you to pause the video or wind it back and practice some more until you feel you have it well under control at this speed. practice on your own, then come back. Once you have the phrase down, the challenge is then to play it at increasingly faster tempos. Practice along with me by following, rewinding the video a number of times, then practice it on your own. Find your pitch, find where the threshold is most responsive for you, and go. Try it at that tempo. And then as you get better, increasingly faster tempos. I think you'll find that the more rapidly you go, the more challenging it gets. And the more you will feel that strange juxtaposition of coordinations that I was talking about. Do this one until you really feel you've gotten it under control and are able to do it at increasingly rapid paces. I'm sure that second phrase sounded more challenging right off the bat. So let's break it down. Remember to work on this in a very intense way, rewind, and do it again. But right now, we're just going to break the phrase down very slowly. There's your opening pitch. Your turn. Good. Make sure you're on the pitch. And do it again. Next part of the phrase. Your turn. Do it again. Do it again. Next part of the phrase. Find your pitch. Let's do that again. Your turn. Find your pitch. That was a little off. I'll try that one again. Your turn. Your turn again. Now move on to the next part of the phrase. Find the pitch. Go ahead. Find the pitch. Play it. And another time. And moving on to the last part. Find your pitch. There it is. Your turn. Find your pitch. Your turn. And one last time. Now we'll put it together a little bit more, piece by piece. Here we go. First part. Find your pitch. Next part. Find your pitch. Here we go. I hit one flat note there, but you get to see it all. Flaws and everything. Here we go. Find your pitch. Do it for yourself. And the last part of the phrase. Your turn. Find your pitch. Are you beginning to see why I use these when I'm playing very difficult pieces? These phrases really challenge me all the time. Now, let's put the entire phrase together very slowly. Now we're going to go at a very moderate pace. The way to practice this is to rewind this section of the video and play along with me as long as it takes for you to memorize the phrase, then practice it on your own. First, find your pitch. Find the best place on the threshold for you. And we're ready to go. Now keep trying it on your own. Once you have it memorized, start working on it at increasingly rapid tempos. That's it. Practice these a lot. The more you practice, the better you will get at coordinating those sometimes opposing movements, and you will find that when you want to play some really challenging pieces, you're ready.